What's going on, guys? I'm back doing another one of these videos where I sit down in my chair and I talk to you guys. I love doing these kinds of videos. I say that every single time because I really do. Just talking to you guys is a lot of fun for me. It's a good break from what I'm known for playing games and all of that kind of stuff. Sometimes I think that it's really important for us to be real, for us to be serious, and to talk about stuff at times. So that's what we're doing today. I want to talk about the concept of, is it worth it, or was it worth it? And just kind of living a life where you kind of ask that question when you do things or in response to things that you have done. Obviously, I'm not a perfect person. I wish that I was. Jesus is the only perfect person that's ever lived. And for me, I mess up every day. I get really, really angry sometimes. I would say that my struggle is anger. I get upset about things that don't matter at all. They literally don't matter at all. So for me, I have to ask the question, is it worth it? I try and ask it in the midst of things that I'm frustrated with, saying, is it important for me to get angry about this thing right here? Like, what benefit am I getting from being angry right now? Or in reference to me dealing with somebody else or dealing with something else. If somebody hurts my feelings and they didn't intentionally do it, is it worth it for me to allow it to create bitterness inside of me? You know, instead of just going to them being like, hey, listen, I know that you didn't mean to do this, but it hurt me. And I understand that it wasn't purposeful on your side, but I just wanted to let you know. So you get to the point where you say, is it worth it for me to get upset about this? For those of you that watch YouTube and are involved in a lot of drama and whatnot that goes on YouTube and just in life in general, a lot of you guys have heard about the whole PewDiePie scandal, where he said the N-word on stream, which obviously is wildly inappropriate. But I would challenge it, is it worth it for us to just continue beating that dead horse of talking about him and just being really, really negative towards him when he is a human who obviously has a very, very big platform, just like I do. I have a very, very big platform with you guys that I can't take lightly, that I need to be honest and real in front of you guys, just as he does, obviously being the biggest person on YouTube. But to me, the story that I think of when I hear about PewDiePie and what he did is a story in the Bible where Jesus is hanging out and these religious people run up to him and they're dragging a woman who I imagine just only has a sheet on, and they throw her in front of Jesus and they say, "Look, we found this woman committing adultery." And it's like, oh, wow, that's pretty serious. Like, yeah, it's really serious, saying racial slurs and other things like that. But honestly, I feel like in our culture, adultery isn't really viewed as negatively as that. Like, I honestly feel like he's getting more backlash than some people who are caught having affairs. And people are just like, oh, well, you know, you can't be happy being married to someone for 50 years, so, you know, I guess it's fine. I feel like way too often our culture and just what we live in just finds a topic to get really, really mad about, and then they push other ones to the side. But along with that story, all of these religious people are in front of Jesus, and they throw her down and they say, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to this woman? She was caught in adultery. Like, something needs to be done. Our law says that she needs to be stoned. And so Jesus sits there, it says he bends down and he draws in the sand, which I think, obviously, I don't know, it doesn't say, and you can never know for sure, but I think it was just Jesus giving that woman a second of peace, a second of distraction, you know. All these people are looking at her, and then Jesus starts drawing in the sand, and they're just like, what is he doing? But obviously that's just speculation. And he says, okay, whoever has never sinned can throw the first stone. So you guys can stone her. Go ahead. Stone her. But I want the first person that throws a rock to be someone who's never sinned before. Now what he's saying is he isn't saying, I want the first person who's never had an affair to throw the first stone. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, I want the first person who's never messed up. I want the first person who's never done anything wrong to throw the first stone. Go ahead. I'm waiting. And then he looks up and he asks the woman, he's like, where are your accusers? They're all gone. Nobody threw a stone? Right. Because we're all messed up. Because we all make mistakes. We are all broken people. And whether you're religious or not, whether you believe in Jesus or you believe in God or you believe in the Bible, I think that this example of Jesus is such a powerful situation that I think we should apply to our lives. Like, all right, PewDiePie has a massive platform. He has over 50 million subscribers. Now, he doesn't get as many views as he does subscribers, but he's still very, very big on the platform. And so he's in the public eye. And so his mistakes just end up blowing up. But one person who's in their room by themselves playing a video game and says the N-word doesn't get this kind of hate, doesn't get this kind of backlash. And again, I'm not condoning what he said. I'm not saying that it was good. Racism is so prevalent in this world right now that that kind of stuff can't happen. But it does, because we're broken and we make mistakes. But again, this is something that I try and do in my life a lot, is say, is it worth it? And in this sense, what I'm saying, is it worth it about, is it worth it to drag this person, this woman who had an affair, into the public eye just to create drama? You know what I mean? Just to be like, hey, everybody, look at this. Look what's going on over here. She got caught. I didn't get caught. If I got caught, please don't draw me out into the public eye. Don't pull me out in front of everybody. But this woman, let's point our fingers at her. And then Jesus says, okay, yeah, sure, go ahead. Throw rocks at her. But the first person that throws rocks better have never messed up in their life. So all that I'm trying to get from this, guys, is just being more forgiving. Not being passive. Not just letting stuff go. Because it is very important for people to understand that we need to better ourselves. We need to not make mistakes. We need to, which isn't possible. We're always going to mess up. But we need to get to a point where forgiveness produces growth in people. You know, not getting to the point where we just let stuff slide, because that's not appropriate. Things do need to be addressed. And obviously in a situation like his, where he's in the public eye and he says a racial slur in front of millions of people have seen the video, tens of millions of people probably by now, which is just unfortunate for him because he has that platform. But I would say, guys, don't rush to stone him. Don't rush to kill him for what he did. He should be held accountable for it, and he should hopefully seek forgiveness and repentance. But the word repentance means that you ask for forgiveness of something, but at the same time there's proof that you're trying to grow in it. So there's proof that you're trying to become a better person and you're working on what you're doing. And so I would just say, obviously everybody's not going to do this. A lot of you guys probably hate me doing these videos. You hate me talking about real stuff because you love drama. But I would say in all of this, don't be so quick to stone somebody for a mistake that they've made. Recognize the fact that everybody is broken. Yeah, it may seem that there are levels of things that are bad. But when Jesus says, let the first person who's never sinned, let the first person who's never messed up throw the first stone. He isn't saying, let the first person who's never said the N-word, let the first person who's never had an affair throw the first stone. He's saying, let the first person who's never messed up throw the first stone. So I would really love to hear y'all's opinion on this, and to see what you think, and to see if you want to try and say, is it worth it in your life? I fail at this a lot, guys. I fail at saying, is it worth it a lot? I get angry a lot while playing video games. Like, it's a video game. Why do you get mad? I don't know. I don't know. But my thing in the midst of that is just trying to grow and saying, is it worth it? So sitting down after I get upset and saying, was that worth it? Being embarrassed of myself, even though nobody saw, you know? So, again, I challenge you guys. Say, is it worth it? Is it worth it to do this? And try and be the type of person that says, okay, before I blow up and stone this person, I'm going to sit down and think about whether or not I can understand brokenness and mistakes, whether or not I can understand that I've messed up too. Maybe not to this level, but I've messed up too. I love you guys. I hope that y'all enjoy these types of videos. If you do, make sure that you leave a like on it and let me know. You guys are the best. And yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.